What's up, everybody? It's Wakeangel2001 coming at you with another r/Wakeangel2001 video post from Reddit. So up first was this poll somebody put up, u/business bed. What version of Dr. Robotnik or Eggman you guys like the most? So voting concluded on this, but the Sonic X version of Eggman got the most votes? That is such a weird one. Sonic X Eggman. I mean, I guess since the Sonic X anime did air in reruns for almost 10 years, I guess that would mean that it was the one that most people in the age bracket that would join my Reddit had exposure to. I'm just, it's just kind of weird that that's the one that won. I mean, in the Sonic X comic book that Archie Publications put out, he also had that funny El Gran Gordo persona, but it just seems kind of weird. Like, my personal favorite, I was the only one that voted for it. The Archie Eggman? Come on. Like, Archie Eggman was the Saturday morning Eggman, but with an extra 20 years of development and backstory. He was awesome. Why didn't more people like that one? Whatever. But then we have this one. Somebody made a Shadow the Hedgehog motorcycle. Here's the work in progress. It looks like he took some of my advice to heart and put a layer of primer on so the paint would stick better. And that does make the end result look a little better. I mean, you're still showing brushstrokes, but in this case, it actually kind of looks cool. Like, you have some kind of intentional flame job going on. I would say use a softer paintbrush so that the strokes go on a little bit more evenly. And yeah, you should have a pretty darn flawless job there. But yeah, that's a pretty cool little motorcycle custom, and it fits the 2.5-inch Sonic figures, which is kind of cool. Actually, given that color scheme, it reminds me of the Crash and Smash bike, and I just find that very amusing because it's nostalgic to my childhood. Up next, anyone want to see me try to make a Kefka Palazzo from Final Fantasy VI? Okay, so, what's this? I want to say it's Darwin. I don't know who this guy is, this Marvel Legends character. But, what Kefka's design is, that is all of my no way. Look at this thing. The asymmetrical design, all the flowing fabric. Oh god, making a custom of this would be a sculpting and soft goods nightmare. I could not imagine making all those capes and sheets and stuff. Like, dear God, no. No. That is something so far beyond my wheelhouse, I do not even want to think about doing it. Oh god, I think I'm gonna have nightmares about having this thing on my workspace. Like you must make Kefka. Like, no! No, I'm not doing that. Nope. No. And here's Cool Gamma 569 who put up his first custom. Apparently he followed some of my tips and made a custom of his own OC. The one tip I wish that he had followed was that he took my advice about using a blank background because it's kind of hard to see. I mean, he did have a nice little setup with the Green Hill loop-de-loop and that cool Sonic lamp, but that means that I'm assuming he had to turn the flash on his camera off so that lamp would come out, but that just means that there isn't as much light to see his figure anymore, so it's kind of fuzzy, and I can't really make out too much of what he did. I mean, it's clearly originally a shadow figure, and he gave him regular flesh-colored arms, and then painted a lot of his his red parts blue, and added some extra detailing like shaggy fur in his ears and a bang. But yeah, like, because there's no flash and all the background elements confuse the camera's focus, it made the figure itself come out blurry, so I can't really see it. So remember guys, my advice isn't only about how to make your customs, but also how to take pictures of your customs. Make sure that the background isn't so busy that your camera gets confused. And then here's one that Sparkle Wolf put up, the most bizarre fan art yet. Okay, this just looks like some pixelated nightmare mess and an inverted version of myself. Actually, I kind of like the color of Inverse Me's gloves and the costume, like the brown elements being that shade of blue. That's kind of cool. Plus, inverting the blue turns like his fur color into almost natural looking shades of brown, while the skin color becomes this unnatural blue. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's like almost like an undead version of him. It's kind of funny. And just because he's cool, he also put up the mirror image before any of the touching up was done. So, do with that what you will. It's all fun and games. But enough fun and games, and let's get back to making fun of Jazzwares. Here's a post by Slimcognito. I do not have a Twitter, and I do not know who Segabits is. So if Segabits is like a really popular person that talks about Sonic stuff, and I'm just completely ignorant, then so be it. But this is so on the nose. This is better than any meme. 1 step forward and 2 steps back for @JacksToys as they introduce neon variant figures that amount to off-color paint apps and pink noses. These look like bootlegs. How could Sonic licensing approve this? And you know what? Yeah. And then there's a follow-up from neon Sonic figures from @JacksToys in the Wild are in the wild, and man, what a stupid variant. You think all gold would be a better option. These look like bootlegs. Ha ha. Yes, you have hit the nail on the head. These look like bootlegs. This weird off-putting color scheme is so horribly bootleggy. It's just unappealing. And again, like I said, the only thing that I could think of is that they were trying to sabotage the wave that Amy Rose came out in so that they could then justify not putting female characters later on because they'll blame Amy Rose for the wave not selling well. But you can't get away with that in the internet age, Jack's Pacific. I mean, the only thing that I could legitimately say that these neon variants are trying to homage is maybe that Harry Potter Obama thing that came out with that weird off-color Sonic, like this backpack thing that I have up. That's the only thing I can think of that has these weird off-putting colors, and it's the only thing I could possibly think they're homaging, because from the cartoons, the comic books, and the video games, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails never did this. There is no weird pastel neon color scheme thing from anything. So, there's no reason for these to exist. It's a waste of plastic. And in this day and age, given how limited oil is as a resource and all the fuel that you have to use to ship these things around the world, you have done a disservice. This neon wave is bad for the environment, Jack's Pacific. You are bad for the environment. You're Captain Planet villains now. Yes, take that. Then there was another poll where people wanted to know if I should make a Sally Acorn figure for the 4-inch Jack's Pacific line. I already did, but I'm assuming he means the modern Princess Sally from the comic books. So, yeah, that will be my statement. Which Sally? I mean, I've already done the classic version from the original Saturday morning cartoon, so do you want the pre-Super Genesis wave or the post-Super Genesis wave? You should have been a little bit more specific, Business Bed. And back to Jimmy Jackson, who made a Shard the Metal custom in the 4-inch Jack's Pacific scale. Shard. That takes me back. I made so many customs of this guy. I've done at least 5. One for myself, and then I made a Black Knight version, which was actually a really cool variant. I thought that was a really cool concept that kid came up with. A Superposer, which is one of the only times I ever customized a Superposer. Wouldn't recommend it. That's really hard to do because Superposers are difficult to work with. I made a second one that was identical to my first one because someone commissioned it. And although the one I made for myself was green crystal form, and they wanted the red crystal form. And I think at least one other time, I don't remember, but yeah, I made a lot of time. I made Shard a lot of times myself, and this isn't the first Jack's Pacific scaled Shard figure ever seen. That one will go to ArtKing3000, but it's still pretty cool, and I really do love Shard. He's one of the things that I'm really sad we lost to the Super Genesis wave, because He is a reformed Metal Sonic. Like, Metal Sonic turned into a good guy. That is such a fascinating concept of a character. I love it. And yes, I do know that he's basically general. Like, you take a robot with this color scheme, in fact, built by Robotnik, but he has been rebuilt by the good guys and now fights against Robotnik. Yeah, he's general. Like, Shard in the Metal is basically just general, but as a Metal Sonic. I get it, but, like, that may be the basic description of his character archetype, but the actual character from the comic was so good. I liked him. Was he Joker from the Secret Freedom Fighters, or was he Jack? I think he might have been Joker. I'm not sure, but you know, he was Shard. He was a romantic interest for Nicole. He was left lying, damaged and beaten, and with an unambiguous fate right before the Super Genesis wave hit. The final story arc before the Super Genesis wave hit for Sonic Universe was Shard versus Metal Sonic. Oh man, I'm so happy that they made sure that he got the big send-off. But sadly, Shard is something that we're not likely to see in any official capacity in the future, which really makes me sad. So let's end this with a bit of a higher note. Jimmy Jackson is asking if everybody would like to put in their own 2 cents, like draw fan art of Demon the Cat in whatever redesign you want to do, and he can pick and choose design elements to come up with a new canon look for her. So he put up this picture that's a work in progress of various things that he's thinking of doing. It looks like he's tried to incorporate in an apron look into her, like the same that I have. Although it's kind of interesting, like, is he just trying to show off the shape of her shorts behind the apron, or is he implying that the apron is transparent? I'm not, like, a transparent apron. That's kind of an interesting thing. Like, could be like a transparent teddy thing, but it's like an apron. Then again, I might be going a little bit too far in with the waifu thing. So yeah, so you heard the guy. If you guys like the design as is, go into the Reddit thread and comment on this and tell him that it's just fine the way it is, or tell him to incorporate more things from, like, my fan art redesign, or, you know, like, chip in your 2 cents, draw your own fan art. If you think that Demon should be changed, I mean, she is basically the Reddit mascot of the Wakeangel2001 thread. How she looks should be something that you guys have a vested interest in, right? So yeah, let them have it. Alright, so that is it for the Reddit posts this time. And, you know, I'll prepare for another Reddit video next time there's enough posts there for me to justify making another video about it. This is Wakeangel2001, signing off.